4 simple questions this week that I want you to work through and think about between you and God. Allow the Holy Spirit to speak to you. Number 1, what am I hearing? What am I hearing? What is God saying through the sermons, through the reading? What are you hearing from God? Write it down. Say it out loud. Sometimes when we say it out loud, we're like, wow, God's been saying that for a minute. And I just haven't been listening, and I didn't want to acknowledge that that's what he's really saying, but that's what he's saying, and I need to face that. Number 2, what am I practicing? You may not realize this. I don't want to share this story, but I'm going to share it anyways because it might help some of you. I haven't been watching the Olympics. Not really happy with how China is treating the Uyghurs, a displaced people group, genocide, concentration camps, all that. I don't want to get political. But I haven't been watching the Olympics this year. I've been busy on my bike. But one of the athletes, a Russian athlete, was accused of doping. She got to skate anyways, and then she skated. She just failed miserably. She had a horrible skate. I did not see it, but as soon as I heard about it, I wanted to see it. I wanted to go watch her fail so that I could be like, you got your comeuppance, right? And I caught myself and I'm like, is that really something I want to get good at? Do I want to get good at gloating at other people's failure and loss and pain and brokenness, even if they deserve it? No, I don't want to get good at that. So I didn't go watch the video. What we practice is what we get good at, even if it's not intentional practice. What we practice, we become good at. So what am I practicing? What practices are going on in your life? I want you to take an inventory of how you spend your time. What are you doing that you're reinforcing in your heart? Are you screaming at your kids a lot? You're reinforcing that in your heart and their heart. Are you using anger, manipulation to get your way? You're reinforcing that. Are you trusting God when you have anxiety and you're freaking out? You're reinforcing that. What are you practicing? Are you practicing God's kingdom stuff, or are you cultivating weeds? Because those will grow into plants too, that in 10 years, 15 years, you will be reaping the fruit of those things that you don't want in your soul. What are you planting? Number 3, what should I be practicing? What practices should I find? What's the lowest effort that I can do for a long time? Okay? Start with the easiest, lowest effort. If it's 1 verse a day, then read 1 verse a day. Maybe you're like, I could read a verse twice a week. Start there. Start there and be consistent with that. And eventually you will grow in that. What should you be practicing? What would high volume, low intensity look like? What could you actually sustain over time? I want you to do that and do that consistently, because you will see fruit and growth from that. And then number 4, am I resting? Are you literally sleeping, like with your body? When we don't sleep, we are stupid and we are weak. Are you spending time in the present with people you love and trusting God to do what you cannot while you rest in Him? Do you allow yourself to sit down and be unproductive so that God can do His work? Because that is part of the pacing of following Jesus as a disciple. It's just sitting and being while Jesus and God does what He does in us and through us. Rest is important.